Flare gun is a mix of tool and weapon in Terraria. It is obtainable fairly early in the game and is quite a useful tool for most of the playthrough, unless you chuck down shine potions like a freaking addict. As it is a mix of tool with weapon properties, flare gun can be used in different scenarios: exploration, damage dealing, and even marking enemies. But of course it shines the best as a light source, and the biggest competition it has is the glow stick. But for a long time now I have been seeing people online complain about flare gun, and there are even some who find it a complete disappointment when they get it from a chest. But is it really a useless item, or maybe it's a hidden gem? Hello to everyone watching this, I am Synthbanana and this is Why Would You Use, a series on Terraria items and their usefulness. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and ring the bell for future notifications. So now, let's see what this flamey shooty can do. Flare gun is an early game item which can only be found in gold chests. Every underground gold chest has a 5% chance to contain the item, and for the cavern layer the chance goes up to roughly 15%. And since you can get a flare gun without even killing a single boss, progression wise it goes right around here in the middle of early pre-hard mode. Once found in a gold chest it comes as a bundle with its flares, so don't worry about the chest scamming you. But by the time you get a flare gun you probably already have some glow sticks and of course much better options for an actual weapon. So then why would you use it instead? Let's start with the main ability of flare gun as a light source and compare it to glow stick. Glow sticks can be found in pots and chests all around the map, which means they are overall much more obtainable compared to flare gun, and you can also easily purchase glow sticks for 10 copper each from merchant at night. So all you need is a simple home and some money to get the glow sticks. But once you find the flare gun, the merchant starts selling flares for 7 copper each, which is cheaper than glow sticks, but a 3 copper difference probably won't matter a lot unless you are planning to rain flares down on your teammates to annoy them. The most obvious difference between the two items is of course the projectile behavior. While flares are shot fast and travel a longer distance before dropping, glow sticks are thrown like you are throwing trash. A quick test throwing both of them from the same point and angle shows that glow sticks aren't made for distance. And I didn't even know flares could travel this far, but it is clear that if you need distance and velocity, flare gun is the choice. Terraria isn't made in a way where all light sources are equal. A light pad can be brighter than the other, or a specific torch can be dimmer than others. In fact, a quick glance at the almighty torch chart will show you the brightness of them, and anyone who uses blue torches are lunatics. Since we know the light area can be different, let's compare the stick and the flare in this arena. Throwing both of them at the same place shows that the glow sticks are slightly brighter. It is not a big difference, but you can see the faraway dirt block better with a glow stick. So it is safe to say glow sticks light up just a bit bigger area. By the way, in the brightness test I have not checked the other types of sticks and flares because most people just use the default ones. But since I mentioned the types, let's quickly go over them. Both of the items have different versions, so you may want to consider them too. For glow sticks there is the bouncy pink one. There is Spelunker glow stick, which shows the ores and treasure around you and is quite useful to be honest. Sticky glow stick that every stick enjoyer loves and uses as much as the normal version. And of course the most recently added fairy ones sold by zoologists. They hover over the point they land and are quite useful at their job of lighting the place. For the flares there is blue flare, which is just blue, really. Shimmer flares, which are just purple. I mean, I love the way they look, but I'd really expect more from shimmer made flares. Spelunker flare working the same as their glow stick brothers, and cursed flare inflicting the cursed inferno debuff instead of simple burning. But of course there is one final flare, the flare of all flares, the most difficult to get and the most important one, the rave flare. I'm kidding, it is the rainbow flare, but apparently I really should use it more often in my playthroughs. I mean, look at this. So if all you want is a simple throwable light source, flare gun gives more distance with slightly cheaper price, and glow sticks give some versatility with its variations, especially the bouncy and fairy sticks. But of course flare gun has a weapon part to it too. But is it anything useful? Flare gun shoots a flare dealing 3 damage to enemies, which cannot be increased in any way possible. But the projectile has infinite piercing and burns with 100% chance. This is important because not all projectiles in early game have definite chance to burn stuff. As an example, the easiest way to inflict the debuff is fire arrow, which only has 1 in 3 chance. The first question to answer is the debuff useful against bosses? I have fought both Eye of Cthulhu and King Slime on expert mode with a musket to test this. At first kill I only used the musket, and in the second kills I tried to keep the burning debuff on by constantly changing to flares. As you can see in the times, there is not really a difference. Any time lost by changing to flare gun is added as DPS, so in damage department it doesn't really make any difference. But if you are not using a 100 portion or fighting in a well-lit arena, then the burning helps a ton for seeing the bosses at night. But of course, flares also have infinite piercing. A boss like Eater of Worlds or Brain of Tulu will be suffering a lot of damage if you land a good shot. That means 80 damage per second to Brain of Tulu with the debuff alone. And even though unlikely, a whopping 288 DPS on Eater of Worlds. Apart from bosses, flare gun is also useful for goblin invasion. It helps you stagger faraway archers and mages to stop their attacks, or burn a lot of goblins with a single hit. Though, since they keep spawning one after another, it is probably better to simply whack them on the head with actual weapons. Flare gun is a useful tool all around, whether it be for exploration or burning stuff for some extra damage and visibility. It is not obviously better or worse than a glow stick, and the damage it adds is questionable. But since you can easily swap to it with the shift button, it has its uses for combat too. Personally, I am one of the players who welcome flare gun with a smile when I get it in a chest. But how about you? Have you been using flare gun in your playthroughs, or do you tend to ignore it? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more Terraria content. See you in the next video, and have a great day.